Shabbat Shalom. Today's video is sponsored by Joe and Tanya Blanca in memory of Joe's aunt, Rosine Bat Leah. Tiyeh nishmata tzora b'tzora chaim began eden tiyeh menuchata. The second makkah that were inflicted on the Egyptians is makat tzfardea, frogs. Now, first glance, it's very difficult to understand what this plague is about. All the plagues were mazikin, they inflicted damage on the Egyptians. Even lice, the third makkah, bites into their skin. Arov, wild animals come and kill the Egyptians. David, all the animals get wiped out. Shechin, boils. Barad, hail and fire coming down from heaven. What's with the frogs? Why is frogs in Makkah? Yeah, they're uncomfortable. They're everywhere. They're spread out. They're in the beds, in the clothing. Discomfort. It looks more like a prank. What's the message of the frogs? So it's funny, we find in the Midrashim, David HaMelech says, Ani chasid ki chasidani, he says in Tehillim. Why? Because I get up chatzot and I sing shirot v'tishbachot to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Midrash says the frog turns to David HaMelech and says to him, you think you're great? We, the frogs, sing shirot v'tishbachot all day long. We never stop. Frogs sing shirah. It's fascinating. We have a midrash, Perek Shirah, which describes the whole world. Everything that God created in the world sings to Hashem. It's a world of song and harmony. And every animal has its song. And the song of the frogs is they say every day, Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam Vaed. They praise Hashem. They sanctify God's name. In a sense, we see that about the frogs, that they even jumped into the ovens. They gave up their life to fulfill Hashem's command, and they died. They threw themselves into the ovens. Obviously, frogs don't have free will, but it's intrinsic. They represent this idea. So, what is this plague? If you look at the frogs everywhere. It is the kol, the noise and the racket that the frogs make was the essence of the makkah. Noise, deafening sound and croaking everywhere. What is it about annoying noise that unsettles us, makes us crazy? You know, we can hear beautiful music all day long. That music, the harmony, it's beautiful. It's meaningful. You can hear a lecture, somebody talk. Hours on end if you're interested in the subject. But when you hear noise, just a deafening noise, we lose ourselves. We can't handle it. Why is that? See, we're programmed to appreciate meaning and value. When we're hearing things that which have unsensical, it hurts us, it unsettles us. We lose ourselves. See, the Egyptians were a corrupt and immoral society, an empty society. Yeah, they had knowledge of astronomy and astrology and witchcraft and kishuf and all kinds of things. But all their knowledge was to perpetuate their pleasures and their drives and their way of life. It was an empty life. The frogs, the message of the frogs to the Mitzrim was, your life is empty. So you're hearing an empty noise all day long. That is your life. Midah keneged midah, measure for measure. They get punished with this emptiness of sound that drives them insane for a week straight. This deafening noise. See, in the sense that tzfardea, when it's croaking, it's singing shirot v'tishbachot to Hashem. Not by choice. It's always programmed. Hashem created it. It's an animal that's known as Moser Nefesh. It was willing to give up his life, as we saw here, when it jumped into the ovens. But for the Mitzrim who are empty and have no meaning and value, it's just a racket of noise. That's the message of the frogs to the Mitzrim. But in a sense, a message for us too. See, the Jews in Mitzrayim weren't affected by that noise. You can say they didn't hear it. Or maybe they weren't empty. They were growing towards meaning. And therefore maybe they saw the beauty in that song of the frogs. We live in a world where there's a racket of noise all day long. From the media, from everywhere, there's just noise and nonsense 24/7. Bombarded. That noise is deafening. The message for us is pull away. Let go of all that nonsense. And try to see the world for what it is. Look for the meaning and depth. The world is in upheaval and chaos. Instead of getting caught up in all the noise, let's pull back and see what is the message. What is Hashem trying to say to us? Shabbat Shalom.